Hey folks, I'm going to finish up throwing this pot here. I threw this pot yesterday and it's firmed up and it's still attached to the bat. And I'm going to add a coil here to the top and throw the coil in so I can make a neck, like a bottle. So I've actually already scored this, and I'm just going to add a little water here, or your slip, or whatever you do for your clay. Seems like everybody's clay is a little different, so you have to just do what works for your clay. So this is just what I do. So I'm going to score that, and I've got this coil here that is probably more clay than I need. It's probably too big of a coil, too big a round. It's definitely too long. That's okay. But I just extruded that coil. You can just roll it out, but I've got a die I put on my pug mill, and I can just quickly extrude that just like you would if you had an extruder. And so now I'm just going to cut that on a bevel, and I'm just going to press this down using my thumb in there to sort of push that inside clay down and attach it to the pot. And then right here where these meet up, I'm going to pay a little special attention to that seam. So I'm sort of pushing down and in with my thumb. So I mean, you could use this technique to throw this on up higher and just make a taller pot. So I'm just going to get this wet. And the first thing I do is just basically sort of center this donut, this coil, try to center. So I'm just kind of holding everything steady and just getting that clay all sort of moving around. And now I'm actually going to go ahead and just throw this in. I just find this easier for me than trying to make these pots in one piece. A lot of times when I try to make pots like this in one piece, I just don't end up having enough clay for the top of the pot, or something weird. But this way I'm really able to get what I want, and I'm just sort of all about doing whatever works best for you. I'm not necessarily the world's greatest thrower, and so I just kind of have to find things that work for me. So I've got in mind what I want this to look like. I want this to be more of a bottle shape. I mean, what I had there just a second ago looked pretty nice as far as like a jar shape, but I've sort of got a bottle shape in mind. So I'm just going to continue to collar this in. I'm probably going to get rid of some of this clay up here on the top. I hope I'm still in frame there. I may be getting out of frame. So I'm going to check and see if I'm in frame there. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's adjust here a little. There we go. Alright. It's good that I did that. Checked it out. So if you threw this in one piece, it may be hard to make this change in direction so drastically and still be able to throw that top. I mean, I'm sure that it's doable, but for me this is the way to go. So I'm just going to make this look like I want it to look. If you do it this way, then you definitely, you're going to have plenty of clay to finish this pot with, and you're not going to end up with some kind of half done looking bottle where you just ran out of clay and gave up. You kind of see that sometimes on some pots where it's like the pot's really nice and then up at the top, you know, it's just like, oops, I ran out of clay, so I guess I'm done. But try not to fall into that category. Try to make your endings nice. Put some clay on there. So this is sort of what I've got in mind here, I think. I threw it on my treadle wheel again, as usual. Nice speed control. Get some nice movement in these pots. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So there you go. That's pretty much how I do it. I may work on that just a tad more, but that gives you the idea. So basically, just throw it to the shoulder, let this firm up a little bit, add your coil, and finish it off. Cool. Hope that helps. See ya.